Hello, my name is Martina. Welcome to my channel. I started reading Wisteria last night. I got to the first 50% of this one, so I'm at page 212. But I decided randomly that I wanted to do the random number generator, choose my pages read per day. So for the next 4 days, I'm going to be doing that. And this is the first book I'm going to start off with because I've always wanted to do that challenge. I saw other booktubers doing it for the past 2 years now. And I love watching them. So I want to personally do it myself and see how that works out for me and see if it helps me get through my TBR faster. Usually it takes me 2 to 3 days to read a book, depending on how much I'm enjoying it or how busy I am for that week. Doing this challenge will make me focus more on reading a certain amount per day, which will make me finish the books faster, obviously. So yeah, I'm excited to see how this goes for me. Hopefully I don't fail it. But to make it better for me, I am going to set different limits per day depending on how busy that day is for me. So today I'm not very busy. I have a lot of free time. So I'm going to set the max 220 because I have like around 207 pages left of Wisteria and I want to finish it today. So 220 is a perfect amount and hopefully it generates me at least 200 pages. I don't know if it will or will not. So let's generate it and see. 210. Perfect. I can get that much read today and finish that Wisteria. And I will see how much I do tomorrow, but I'm super excited to continue this book. If you don't know, Wisteria is the third book in the Belladonna series. I'm really loving this one, especially. Belladonna, I rated 3 stars, and Foxglove 4 stars, but this one I think might be higher. I really like the dynamic between the characters in this one because they're both married, but they hate each other and they didn't want to get married to each other. But because of certain circumstances, that's why they got married. And they both loathe each other, and it's so good. The lines in here are so perfect because of how they talk to each other. Like, I despise you. I hope you go to the depths of hell. Like, oh, it's so perfect. I'm enjoying it so much. I finished it. So that was 213 pages of Wisteria, and my challenge was to read 210 pages today. Definitely accomplished my reading goal today and read 213 pages. I'm excited to see how much I get tomorrow and how much I will be reading. I don't know yet which book I want to read tomorrow, but I do have one in mind. It's coming in the mail today, so when that comes, maybe I still want to read it, and maybe I'll start it today because I still want to read something because I finished quite early since I started early in the morning, and now it's in the afternoon, like mid-afternoon. But yeah, Wisteria was so great. It's my favorite out of the series. I expect it to be my favorite because it has the marriage of inconvenience trope, which that means both characters are married, but there's not really a convenience for them to be married. And both characters in here really hate each other as they're married to each other. And they really show that throughout the book. And I really just enjoyed the enemies to lovers aspect. It was just so great. I don't want to say too much as this is the third book in the series. And if I talk about the two main characters who are having a romance in here, it will really spoil the other books. So I definitely recommend reading the Belladonna series, especially for this one. Read it. Belladonna was good. Foxglove was even better, and this was the greatest. Yeah, I'm giving this one a solid 4.5 star. It's not exactly a 5-star read for me, but I really loved it. It was very fun, fast paced. The way it's written is like you're reading about a fairy tale of these characters, how the past and the present is intertwined and stuff, and lost souls and all that. It was just super sweet. I loved it. I really loved the ending too. It had me on my toes. So yeah, enjoy Wisteria, and that's day 1 accomplished. Good morning. It is now the next day, Monday, and today I think I'm going to set my limit to 150 for the maximum pages. And the book I want to read is The Spell Shop. This is on my September TBR, and I've really been wanting to read it. So I got it in the mail yesterday, and I decided this is the one I'm going to read next. I also want to read Immortal Dark. Maybe if I finish up this one in this vlog and I still have pages left to read the next day, I'll start this one. But this is the one I want to read first. And yeah, I'm super excited for this. It's more like a cozy fantasy, and I'm really in the mood for cozy fantasies. Today, I have less time to read, so I set it at 150. And hopefully I get like 100 or 100 and something pages to read because I do want to get a good chunk of this read still today. So let's generate and see. I got 115. That's not bad. Yeah, so 115, that will be, let me see. Ooh, these pages are stuck together. Can I read 115 exactly? Nope. It's in the middle of a chapter and I hate doing it. So I'll be reading 124. Okay. So 124 pages. I'll mark that better later. For now, I'm using the dust jacket cover to mark it. But yeah, Spell Shop, 115 pages today. Time for an update. So I read 124 pages of The Spell Shop so far. I'm doing great on day 2. This one now, it's a cozy fantasy and it's focusing on this girl who's a librarian. Well, she wasn't a librarian, but she ends up leaving the city because the library she worked at got burnt down. I think the city she's from, there was an empire there who basically refuses to let magic be shared equally amongst the different islands. So there's like a rebellion against the emperor, and she ends up in the midst of that because of the library she was at. So yeah, that's what I know so far about this. It's very sweet and cozy. It's a little bit on the slower side, so not too fast paced, but a kind of slow pace. But it's starting to pick up a bit more where I'm at right now at page 120. I'm looking forward to reading more into it and seeing if I love it all the way. Those are my thoughts overall. Don't really know too much to say for sure what my rating might be of this one as of yet. I think it will fall around 4 stars. Hopefully it does because I don't like owning a book physically that is like a book I end up hating or not loving all that much. So I'm crossing my fingers. I love it because the cover is so beautiful and the spine is so beautiful. So hopefully it's a new fave. Oh my gosh. I wonder if you guys heard that. I don't know. Maybe the mic picked it up, but that was just a big thunder just now because it's raining outside. Like it's been raining for the past hour, I would say. It was very sunny at first and then it just started raining. You know, Florida weather is just switching up at any moment. Time for an update on the spell shop. I actually completed my goal today. In my previous clip, I set the maximum to 200 pages and I got 128 pages to read today. And I've actually accomplished that. I was at 171, I think, because yesterday my goal was 115. I read up to 171, and so add 128 to that, that would lead me to reading 299 pages. 299 pages, obviously, I don't expect I'm going to stop there in the book because that will probably land me in the middle of the chapter. But I was lucky and the chapter finished at page 300. So that wasn't too bad. So now I'm at 300 exactly. I have 76 pages left of this book. So I think I might finish it today because I was reading from this morning till now. It's now 1 p.m. So I still have time today to read more. So I might finish it today. Earlier than I expected. I expected to finish this tomorrow, the last day of doing this challenge. I guess I'm going to be finishing this book today then. I'm excited about that because I do want to start Immortal Dark. It's one book I'm excited to read. But the spell shop, it's so cozy, so beautiful. I love the world. I didn't know the characters in here were basically not humans, like because the main girl, she has human qualities, but she is described as blue and she has blue hair. I think only one person on this island she went to is actually like fully human. Everyone else, they have like hooves, fur, horns, like they have animal qualities to them. And there's like these things called cloud bears, which are basically bear spirits. Well, they look like spirits, but they're in the form of bears, and they protect the trees from the island. Well, the creatures in here, I really like reading about them because I love fantastical creatures, one's made up and one's not made up. And we basically have that in this book. So I'm enjoying that aspect of it. And I'm just enjoying the aspect where she is getting to know the townspeople, and they are so kind, and some of them are not kind. But at the same time, she's a very introverted and shy person, so she's getting to know other people and talk with them. She's also forming this romance with this other character that I really like. There's like mer horses in here. I don't know exactly how to describe them, but they sound very exciting. Like you can ride these mer horses, and I honestly wish I could do that. Like, why don't we have mer horses, right? There's also mermaids, so it's a lot of fantastical creatures in this book. It doesn't have like a very extreme plot line, but I enjoy that. Sometimes I like to read a book where it's not focused on some super political drama. There is a bit of that in there, but not really. It's not a big focus, and it's done in a way that's easy to settle, which I like. That's why I like cozy fantasies. And I know when I want to read a cozy fantasy, so whenever I'm in the mindset for that, I always like to jump in and read those. So those are my thoughts on this one so far. I'm almost finished. It's looking good. It's looking like I'm gonna love this book all the way through. So day 3 completed, one more day to go. Good morning. I didn't finish the spell shot last night. I did get up to page 334, so I read 34 pages more. And now I have 40 pages left of this. So I'm going to generate today and see how much I get. Hopefully, it's more than 40 so I can finish this up. And I will read a little bit of Immortal Dark because I'm going to set the maximum to 100. So hopefully, I get above 40. So yeah, I'm going to generate it now and see how much I get. So I got 45. That's a good amount. So I'll read 40 pages and I guess 5 pages of Immortal Dark. I don't know. I'm going to read the first chapter of Immortal Dark. So let's finish up the spell shop. So time to finish up this video. So doing this challenge, I was able to finish 2 books in 4 days. So that's not too bad. And the 2 books I read were these two, Wisteria and The Spell Shop. And honestly, they were both great reads. I really enjoyed reading them both. I especially love Wisteria. It was so good. It's my favorite out of the Belladonna series. Like this one had all the tropes that I really liked. So I enjoyed it so much and I gave it 4.5 stars. Then The Spell Shop now, I ended up giving this one 4 stars. It was a solid read. It's so cozy and warm-hearted. I highly recommend reading this one during October because it's focusing on sorcerers and spells and magic. It's just so sweet and nice, and it's set in this like small village on a small island. The vibes are there, guys. It's like definitely there. Definitely read this during this fall. It's a perfect cozy read. And I did read the prologue of Immortal Dark. Oh my goodness. That prologue alone, so intense. And honestly, this book is so heavy. Like it's weighty. I didn't expect that about it, but I love the spine. I like that these days they have been making sprayed edges for the first edition of books. Like that's really nice. I especially love this one on this book. That's why I bought it physically because I like how it looks. I think this one is perfect for October too because based on the prologue I read, I'm wondering, should I even read this now? It's so interesting. I think I want to continue, but maybe I'll change my mind and go read my actual TBR because this is not for my September TBR. I recently found out about this book and decided I want to read it. It's pitched as The Cruel Prince and I think Ninth House, so I wanted to read it because it's set in like an academic setting and it's focused on two twin girls, like the Cruel Prince, and it has vampires. So that's why I wanted to read it. I think it's best to save it for October. So I'm changing my mind on this one. I did read it to finish my 45 pages, but I'm gonna keep it at that, at just reading the prologue, and go back to it in October. So that's my wrap up. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.